mutagana wa kese ako ba bese hle ai ke musiu
Good afternoon, Gazeta.
Yes, Nati. Can you please tell us about yourself, briefly highlighting key things that will inspire young people?
How to but if I would really want to inspire young people, I will just briefly highlight the things that I went through, particularly through the journey of my career. Let me tell you that I started as a young boy at a village called Hanono, and as a head boy like any other Mosotho boy. And at that time, I would still go to the cattle post. The cattle post, Kimotibo, Eleman Morgan, well, Mutlamel, Uloha Hamotibo, Udisek. That is happening during summer. And what I want to tell you is that you know that every child is very happy when the Christmas is here. When it is around the corner, people will have new clothes. But I would not have those stuff. I would just go to Motibong when the schools are closed and look after the animals. As you hear that I'm talking about when the schools are closed. So it means that I would go there during the breaks of the schools and look after the animals. And when they reopen, then I come and continue with my studies. So that is very critical. Young people should understand that sometimes when you are in that environment, you should still continue with your school. The reason was that I had already made some thinking around what I want to be. And it was simple. I wanted to be an educated person. And besides that, so that happened from primary up to high school. And as you have said that, I must mention the things that would really inspire young people in this. Mostly I will talk about the things that had caused some kind of adversity. And when I was at high school, I was attending school at Itabaneng Secondary. And the distance between Itabaneng Secondary at that time, in fact, even now, the distance between Itabaneng Secondary and Halenon is quite a huge and material distance. But I used to come from Halenon on foot, working, not having a transport money, but insisted to go to school. And after that, I went to Masnot High School, and what I found challenging, because that was a secondary school, then it means that after obtaining my second class, I went to Masnot High School, where at Masnot High School, I found that there was something that was very challenging. Again, this is for young people to note. At Itabaneng High School, we used not to speak English. And I was not as eloquent as my fellow students that I found, my classmates that I found at Masnot High School. So it was quite a challenge. But I insisted to speak English. And I didn't want to come at that. They go, I remember one time when we were arguing, there was kind of debate, informal debate when we were just talking, and they were saying everyone is mad. So some were saying, no, it's not everyone who is mad. And I remember a particular guy saying, everyone is mad. What if us is just a degree of madness? And then I found that expression very, very impressive, because I was not used to that kind of English. But then that day, cutting the long story short, let me also mention that even at high school, I was still a head boy. And what my age mates back at my village still remember, I used to go to Nahi, where you are looking, that's where you are looking after the animals. with my books. With my books, and I would still be reading my books. And thereafter, after high school, a bit of struggle, a lot of struggles where I was looking for the job, and eventually I found myself as a police officer. Well, there are a lot of things that I've tried. Like, for example, I've been a temporary teacher, a part-time teacher at some point of a certain private school. And at some point I worked at the Bureau of Statistics as enumerator, during the census population. But eventually I joined the police force. That was in 1997. And I worked there for 6 years. After which, again, I want young people to really look into this one. After which I went the Central Bank of Lesotho as a security officer. Remember, from police officer to security officer. Why? Because I had a longer term view. I had my goal in my mind to say, one of these days I want to be a banker. So it was around that time, in fact, something that I nearly forgot was that while I was also a police officer, I started to pursue my studies at Center for Accounting Studies. So while I was in progress with my studies, I also joined the Central Bank of Lesotho. So then I was able to still continue with my studies, working there as a security officer. Then I completed my CA while I was still there at Central Bank of Lesotho, and then I was able to move to other departments. Remember that I was promoted and moved to the National Payment System division. Then after that, at the time, I think really the world opened because of the time that I would not want to really go into too much details. But today, to cut a long story short, I want to tell you that I am a person with more than 10 years experience of senior management at the banking industry, focusing on internal audit and risk management. And currently I am working at one of the government parastatals, leading the internal audit, of which I want to now lead even externally. I want to really educate the young people. I want to tell them about internal audit and even the corporate organizations, because there is value there. So really that I want to end here, unless if you may have further questions in that regard.
Okay, wow, this is very exciting, that everyone. We are one that we have been traveling a lot through Jeniabu Pilo. But what I can see to young people, and they should not view themselves less. And I could not make it. Just from secondary to high school, that is a very long journey. But
yeah, maybe the last one that recently I have established the JR Marketers. JR Marketers is the marketing agency company. And in it is not only the issue of advertising, but that company is also inspired to change this current society to be better in the future. So we are saying we want to build a better future society. So in it, we are also going to do the motivational activities, the motivational speeches. Like very soon, I will start with Mazenot High School, whereby I'm going to talk to grade 10 and grade 11 students. I want to pump fuel in them.
Wow.
I want to tell them that they must have time to think about what they want to be.
Yeah.
And every day when they wake up, they must work towards that goal. So really that one, I want to tell you that I am inspired to do it.
Wow.
I think in the social media, you might have started seeing JR Marketers,
Yeah.
but you are going to see it more because I'm going to associate it with young people, because I want to change young people to be the better society of the future.
Okay.
And that. So really, when it comes to that one, I pants like a frog.